Okay, see lots of thumbs up. Who can tell me what they got? Back there?
20.
20? Did anybody get a different answer?
I got 2 different.
Did you get 2 different answers?
Yeah, I added and looked at 2 different ones.
Okay, give me one of your answers.
One of them is 40 and the other one 60.
Okay, anybody get a different answer? Okay, so these are our answers. Who would like to share their solution? Somebody I haven't heard from yet, so if I've called on you, you can put your hands down. Okay, go ahead.
I added 3 plus 1 is 4, and then I added 7 and 9.
And then so you did 4 plus 7 is?
10.
4 plus 7 is 10?
11.
11, okay. And then you did?
I added 9.
So 11 plus 9 equals 20. Okay, and what's your name?
Minnie.
I should have done this from the beginning. I meant to name your strategies. Spell it with an I or an E?
E.
E-M-A-N-U-E-L?
E-M-L.
Oh, my mistake, sorry. E-M. Okay, so Emmanuel's strategy. And who used a different strategy? Somebody I haven't heard from yet. Okay, go ahead.
So, since we did 7 plus 3 and the answer is 10, so we already knew if we added 7 plus 3 and then 9 plus 1 equals 10, and if you count it up, it's 10.
Okay, hold that thought for a minute because I want to make sure everybody heard that. Why did she do 7 plus 3 first? Because it's not in that order. Why did she do that first? Back there?
She did that first because she knew that it added up to 10. Because, so she took the numbers that added up to 10. And added.
Okay, so she knew that 7 and 3, we already did that one, didn't we? So she knew that 7 and 3 equals 10, and then you did
9 plus 1.
9 plus 1 equals 10,
20.
and then 10 plus 10
Equals 20.
equals 20. I have a question. And what's your name? Sorry?
Fizza. F-I-Z-A.
Fizza's strategy. How is Fizza's strategy like this strategy and this strategy from the last question? How are they the same? There's some different things about them in different numbers, but how are they similar? I want you to talk to your neighbor for a minute. So turn and talk to a person beside you. How are they similar?
You don't even get it. If we like to, I do.
And the answer is? Alright, so who thinks they can tell us what the big similarity is between all three? What did they do that is very similar or even the same? What do you think?
All 3 of those questions all equal 20.
Okay, you're right. They all equal 20, but before they got the answer of 20, they did something that was very similar. Can you see what they did? Should we look at 8 plus 2 is 10, 6 plus 4 is 10, 6 plus 4 is 10, 10, and this one's a little bit different, and then 7 plus 3 is 10, and 9 plus 1 is 10. What did they do that's the same? Okay, in the gray shirt, yeah?
They all didn't add up the numbers in the right order because what they did was what they thought was easier adding together, they did first, instead of doing 9 plus 3 plus 1 plus 7.
Very important. Okay, so they didn't add them in the same order. Can you do that? Can you change the order of numbers when you add?
Yeah.
Does it change your answer?
No.
No? Okay, that's really important. So we can change around the order. Now, why was it that it was easier?
Because, like, say if you know all your 10 times tables really well, and then after that you go to 1 plus, well, like, 3 plus 9, you have to think a little bit more than if you do 9 plus 1 because you automatically know that that equals a 10.
So do you, when you say 10 times tables, do you mean 10 facts?
Oh yeah, not
Because we're not doing multiplication, right?
Yeah. Like, you know, like 5 plus 5, 6 plus 4, 7
Okay.
plus 3.
Does everybody understand that?
Yeah.
In all of these cases, who else? I'm not going to teach you. You guys can teach each other. Who can tell us again what's your name?
Amanda.
Amanda just explained it. Does somebody else think they can explain what Amanda said as well in different words?
Okay, so
Nice loud voice though.
if you then add two different numbers to make one of the numbers, then add two different numbers to have the same number, then you add this to get the right answer.
You're right. They did do that, but they also wanted to make a certain kind of number. Did you figure out which
Doubles?
number? You're right. They did. They did want to make doubles. It's doubles of tens.
All of them have 10 fingers.
They all wanted to make tens. Raise your hand if you find it easier to add to tens. We talked about this already, right? So if I say to you 10 and 7, what's the answer?
17.
10 and 9?
19.
10 and 4?
14.
Okay, so we can all agree that adding tens is a lot easier, isn't it? So I'm going to give you one more question, and I'm going to ask you to use that strategy that our friends used on these other questions. Can we try that? Does everybody understand the strategy?
Yeah.
We're going to try to make tens because adding tens is easier. Okay, I'm running out of room here because we've been thinking so much. Okay. Remember, we're going to try to use that strategy. It's okay if you solve it a different way. Try to do this strategy. Okay. What did we get? Oh, lots of hands going up. See, already our brains are getting bigger. What'd you get?
I did it in the back.
Just tell me your answer. Just your answer.
20.
20, okay. Did anybody get a different answer other than 20? No? What did you get?
Negative 10.
Negative 10. Okay.
What's a negative 10?
And what did you get?
30.
30? Okay.
13.
Oh, 13.
I said 30.
Oh, 30?
30.
3 zeros?
Yeah.
30. Okay. And you got a different answer?
21.
21. Okay, who would like to defend their answer and tell us how they solved it? I'm going to ask for somebody that thinks they solved it in the same way that Fizza solved hers and the same way, I forgot to ask their names before, but these guys solved theirs. Okay, in the pink shirt.
I added 6 with 4, and that's 10. Then I added 5 plus 5, and that's 10. So the answer's 20.
So we added 6 plus 4. You changed the order of the numbers, because we can do that. And why did you add 6 plus 4 first?
Mr. Barnes food. Hi.
Why would we, like, I know I asked you to try to make a 10, right? And why would we do that first?
Because it's easier.
It's easier to add on to 10. Okay, so 6 plus 4 is 10. And 5 plus 5 is 10. So we changed the order of the numbers because we saw some 10s in there. And adding with 10s is so much easier than counting up on our fingers. Agreed?
Yeah.
So 2 important things that we've learned today through our number talk. Who thinks they can tell me what those 2 things are? I want you to turn and talk to your partner and practice for a minute. What are the 2 important things about math that we learned?
I learned nothing.
Okay, so 2 important things about adding that we talked about today. What do you think they are? 2 important things or strategies, ideas about adding numbers. What do you think they are? Can you give me one in the yellow top, the butterfly top?
We learned that it's easier to add with like 10, and if we try to take the numbers and add it and make it 10, then we can add easier.
Okay, so we learned that if we can make a 10 when we're adding, it's easier to add onto 10s, right? So we can make 10s to add. And something else very important, you might have known it already, but what else is very important about adding? What did we have to do to make the 10s with our numbers? Yep, you.
It's no problem to switch around the numbers, they'll always get the same answer.
Okay, so other important thing, we can change the order of the numbers that we add if it makes it easier for us to add those numbers. How many of you think that it makes it easier to add the numbers if we add them in a different order? In this case, it does. Not in every case, but in this case, changing around the numbers and doing it in a different order makes it easier to do. And you know what the first thing we need to do when we look at a math problem is? We need to scan that problem. So take a good close look at it and ask myself, what numbers am I looking at? Is there an easier way to rearrange these numbers so that I can add them better than I did before?